Okay. Hi, Mike. Hey, thanks for joining me. Can you give us a quick background about yourself?
Yeah. Thanks, Peter. Thanks for having me. Excited to have the opportunity to talk today. My name is Mike English. I am the Director of Quality Operations for TechData. I am responsible for America's quality and really excited with the partnership we have with Intellect and love using the tool and excited to explain that today.
All right, awesome. Hey, no, thanks. Hey, so why don't we just start with, what is it like working with the Intellect team?
Yeah, what I will say is, prior to meeting and learning and working with the Intellect team before we brought them on board to TechData, we did a lot of research and met with other, I would say, competitors. And what we liked about the Intellect team then is what we still like about them now. I think what you get with Intellect is a group of real people who are passionate about their product. They're big on relationships and they want to help you succeed. Through configuration, through contract process, through anything that we need. I would say the Intellect team is always open, always ready to help. And, they make you feel, like you should feel as a customer, that you're really important. And I think that's the value that the Intellect team brings.
Yeah, well, that's great to hear. No, that's great. So that's awesome. So what about the implementation process and configurability? Can you maybe speak to that for a minute?
Yeah, I mean, and that's another thing that I love about Intellect is that the configuration process, it's a simplified way in a world that is so chaotic right now. The world is trying to digitally transform, and TechData, I'm sure, is not unlike most organizations that there's a lot going on and resources are strapped, and so the configuration ability that Intellect provides is really, you don't have to have a degree or going to MIT and writing code to be able to configure a really cool solution. Myself, we've had a couple of our team members get the training and, along with guidance and working with the Intellect team, we've configured solutions that are helping to support, our business today, and we're scaling it to do more and more into the future. So it's been a great experience.
Cool, excellent. And what about your colleagues? So what do they say about Intellect?
Yeah, no, it's what I'm a big proponent of simplifying quality. Quality is something that a lot of times people get confused about. Now, let's face facts. Like, nobody ever gets excited about document control. Like, nobody ever gets excited about corrective actions or managing and all this administrative work. So when you talk about those type of items, in general, it's not something that people get excited about. I get excited about it as a quality professional, but it's not something the general person gets excited about. So when you take that type of mindset and you bring in something like Intellect, that helps drive compliance, and it helps, really, it's a business management tool. Just don't even talk about quality. You don't even talk about like an EQMS. It's just business management. Colleagues love it. It's raised the bar, the expectation. The more people that see the tool, I think our challenge is that everybody wants it. Everybody wants it now. And I think, the more people get exposed to the capabilities that it has and understand how it can add that value. It's not an addition to their daily life. It's something that's going to simplify their life, right? It's not an additional tool. It's a tool that can help them really drive and succeed in whatever their business strategy or requirements are.
Yep, no, that's great. And I think what I love about the story at TechData is that you guys have really embedded it into your culture, right? And that's really because you have simplified it. You've made it exciting, relatable. And so, I have to say you've done a phenomenal job doing that. And not, not everyone can do it. Like you said, a lot of people don't wake up and they're not excited about quality on when they walk in the door, but you guys have made it very relatable to everyone. So I think it's great. There's a lot about how you guys run your program.
I think, just the one comment on that, sorry to interrupt you, is that, I kind of shapes and colors. I tell people, I make jokes that I'm from South Carolina, so talk slow, shapes and colors. And, I think the approach that I take with quality at TechData is a lot like what Intellect does. It's just, how can we do something with more common sense, right? How do we make it less confusing? How do we make it a more approachable type of subject or application? And, I joked, one of the slides I made when explaining Intellect to people is, you go from a manual Fred Flintstone pedaling the car kind of manual process, which a lot of times is what quality is, which is prone to error and it's prone to manual, mistakes. You go from that to something like a Tesla, something that's, electric, new technology, it's got every bell and whistle on it and it's not manual. And, you can rely on systems and procedures and, you have a more, sustainable approach to really driving, what you intended to do in the first place. And so that's kind of how we simplify it at TechData.
Yeah, no, I love it. I think it's a great way to explain it. So that's awesome. Okay, awesome. Hey, I guess one quick last question for you is, so, would you recommend Intellect and why?
No, after everything I said, no, I wouldn't. No, I'm just kidding. Absolutely, I would recommend Intellect. I think I'm excited to, obviously, software in the world of digital transformation, everybody's chasing it. I think as a customer of, of a lot of different tools myself, a lot of things that, I leverage within business. I think Intellect is a very easy platform to learn. It's a very easy platform to leverage. And, I'm excited to see, what even happens with the company yourself, because I think, the world of software, and especially in quality, is not something that everybody really knows about. But I think, the tool and the solution, the more people that get exposed to Intellect, like I have, the more that it's going to steamroll. So I definitely would recommend it to other customers that are looking to, enhance their capabilities, or even maybe don't have a lot of experience with quality and are looking to, bring in a tool immediately to kind of get that gain and reward from out of the gate. So no matter where an organization is presently with their quality systems or their business management strategy, I think anyone would find value in Intellect and definitely would recommend that they take a look.
Okay, awesome. Well, hey, thanks, Mike. I really appreciate, all the kind words and
Sure.
all the support and the partnership that we have. It's always, a pleasure, catching up with you, and just want to say thank you again. And I think that's it.
Cool.
All right.
All right. Cool.
Great.
I appreciate the time today, and as always, look forward to connecting with you, Peter. Have a great day.
Great. Thanks, Mike.